Hi, I'm Irving. Welcome to Captain Model. Remember to wear your tights.
And now, back to Shazam!
Cathy and her dad are out for a walk, but trying to keep up with Packy makes it more like a run.
Look at Packy, Dad. He's racing around like a
wild animal?
No, not quite what I mean.
Well, honey, we can't deny the facts.
Dad, let's not go into that again.
We're gonna have to face it sooner or later.
Well, let's make it later.
Packy's a wolf, by the way. Cathy found him abandoned as a pup and raised him. Dad is afraid he's acting more and more like a wolf and less like a pet, so he thinks it's time to take him to some woods somewhere and turn him loose, because he could totally survive. Out on the road, just as the elders call, Billy is constructing what may be the most god-awful sounding sandwich ever.
Sort of ham, cheese, pickles, mustard, ketchup, salami, mayonnaise, pastrami, and peanut butter.
I get a little queasy just watching that.
Soon you shall have an opportunity to be a true hero, Billy.
Me, Solomon, a hero?
Yes, there is one who unwittingly has tampered with nature's way.
Yeah, she chose to rescue a living thing instead of leaving it to starve to death or be prey for an owl. Back off, Solomon.
Who is that?
The one we speak of will have to make an adjustment, which shall not be easy.
Remember, nature never breaks her own laws.
We're part of nature. Part of nature's way is we've been given an inherent reverence for life that causes us to rescue a puppy even when it's a wolf. It's what prompted me to adopt Hazel here, a senior cat with orthopedic problems, and try to make her final years happy ones. It's what prompts you to make a trip to the drive-thru at McDonald's and buy a meal for that pregnant girl in the corner holding the sign that says homeless. I know I'm ranting a bit, but I get annoyed at things that talk about nature as if it's something separate from us. Nature produced us and made us the way we are. We don't grow seasonal fur and adapt to our environment. We evolved to adapt the environment to support us. Hence, fire, the wheel, buildings, Netflix, bacon.
He's after Mr. Dancing Chicken again.
Again?
Packy, get out. Come on, get out.
Packy, shouldn't have done that. You won't do it again, Dad. I promise.
You said he was doing this again. Did you make the same promise last time?
Okay, honey, it's all right. Now, I think we'll take the long way home. I don't want to go anywhere near where that cougar was last seen.
Turns out her dad didn't tell her about the first time. And by the way, cougar? You have a cougar in the area and you're worried about Packy killing chickens?
He's acting strangely.
I have a feeling that cougar's still around here.
I thought you were taking the long way to avoid its territory. Maybe it followed you because it doesn't like Packy taking credit for its kills. Packy freaks out and takes off. Billy and Mentor happen to be lost right where all this is happening. Cathy's losing it because if it is a cougar, it'll kill Packy. But if she goes after him, there's a chance the cougar might kill her. So her dad goes after Packy because it's not so bad if the cougar kills him. I'm guessing that's his logic, because if not, it means he really didn't think this through.
Billy?
Right.
Shazam!
Dad is still chasing Packy as if he could ever keep up with a wolf. Hey, are you a cat? Buzz off. You are a cat. I'm a cat, so what? So I've treed you. You're pathetic. Captain Marvel spots the discussion and lands.
Easy, Packy. Easy, boy. Easy. Easy. Easy, boy. Easy.
Good to know the cougar follows that leash so well.
I don't know how I can ever thank you. I'm glad to help. Now, shouldn't you get back to Cathy? Yes, of course.
He knows her name because... Let's back up for just a moment.
Come back here! Come back!
Wait a minute. You can't go out there. It's too dangerous.
There's a cougar. He's back. You'll kill him.
Wait a minute. Hold it.
Oh, Daddy, save him. Please do something, please.
All right, honey. I'll try. I'll do my best. But you wait here. You promise?
Nobody ever said her name. So he knows her name because he's Captain Marvel. He read it in the script. Somebody goofed? Mentor and Billy offer to drive the three of them home. Along the way, they discover that a neighbor has a hot air balloon. Cathy says she's scared of heights and would never go up in that thing, so you know what's going to happen eventually. Mentor drops the family off and they drive away.
I've made up my mind.
Huh?
We can't go on like this with him. It's just not fair to him. It's not fair to us. We're going to have to find another place to keep him, and that's it. I'm sorry.
Consider what you just told her, Dad. Then keep an eye on her.
Mentor? Billy? Have you seen Cathy? We haven't. Is something wrong?
She ran away with Packy.
Because she might do that. He has no idea where she might have gone. And that Cougar is still out there.
Cathy! Cathy!
Their names sound similar enough, Packy thought Billy was calling him.
Packy! Packy, come back!
She says she raised him from a pup, but he doesn't come when she calls and basically doesn't even know his name. She may have raised him, but she didn't train him. That's the problem.
Cathy! Cathy! Answer me! Where is she?
Easy, Mr. Rose. There are deputies all over this area. We'll find your daughter. Come on.
You won't see them because we spent all our budget on the balloon. But they're there. Take my word for it.
Oh, Packy, look! Mr. Jansen's balloon. You've been leading me in a circle. We're almost back home again. Oh, well.
Come on, Cathy! You can't keep running forever!
Why doesn't he change to Captain Marvel and look for her from the air? Plus, she's a lot more likely to listen to Captain Marvel than she is to Billy Batson.
Cathy!
Come on, Packy. We better hide in the balloon.
Get it over with.
Be very quiet and don't bark until I figure out something to do. Watch out for the road! Help! 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 Somebody!
It's such a burden being right all the time, isn't it? Took you long enough. Just poke a hole in it and let nature do its thing. We shouldn't defy nature, you know. Isn't that the whole point of this episode? Even though Packy didn't do anything untoward the whole time we were watching him, he still has to go to a zoo. There he has a nice big habitat to run around in, and they're supposed to be training him to live in the wild so someday they can set him free. But to live in the wild, he doesn't just have to know how to hunt and fend for himself. He has to know how to hunt and live with a pack if he's going to survive. I'd like to know how they're going to teach him to do that. Cathy claims she'll never love another animal, just as her dad gives her a puppy and she falls in love at first sight. Here's a question for him, the zoo, Billy, Mentor, and the elders. What's the evolutionary history of that dog? How do you suppose we domesticated them? It probably started with something like Packy. An animal like him learns that humans provide food, shelter, warmth, and love and companionship, and the process begins. Does he still have some wild instinct? Of course, but there's lots of ways to handle that. The biggest problem I see is that nobody's really taught Packy anything. He barely has any callback response, coming when he's called. He doesn't even seem to know basic commands like sit and stay. Teach him to be a dog, and for the most part, he'll be a dog. Teach him nothing like this, and of course he's going to give in to his wolf instincts sometimes. That's on you, not on him. As for the chickens, my money's on the Cougar and on the guy who owns the chicken coop. Reinforce it. Put a better gate on it. If wild animals are getting in, you did something wrong building it. And if your chickens keep disappearing after Packy goes to the zoo, you owe Cathy a wolf puppy. I'm Irving, and I'll see you next time on Shazam.